nigga Kane, what you gotta say to these niggas? Yeah, real shit, real life. Here we go. Hey, I feel like Cross, I'm a motherfucking boss. I got the drip, and you know I got the sauce. I tell these fuck ass niggas get lost. Coming through your chimney like I'm goddamn Santa Claus. Hey, 2023, and you know I rock my chain. Nigga, boy, I'm grown, I ain't tryna play no games. Doing what we want, and we doing what we claim. It's crazy how they pussy niggas selling out for fame. Like, look at my neck, look at my worth, nigga. I'ma shine so hard, make it hurt, nigga. Been the way that I am since birth, nigga. Tabernacle in the stream with a church, nigga. I'm chosen, I'm chosen. I be in front of the camera posing. You see that choker on my neck and it's frozen. Hey, yeah, I'm chosen. I am not stressed. I passed the test. Look at my name. Look at my team. You know we gon' win. You know we gon' win. Until the end. You know what I get, Stone C, like my name is Smith. Niggas talking, but I know he ain't shit. Niggas talking, but I know he ain't shit. Run up on me, I'ma make you do flips. Do a bad flip. Niggas they cap like an actress. I don't fuck with niggas doing magic. Pull up on your mama and it's tragic, damn. Woo, 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 hey, woo, 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 hey, yeah, hey. You can buy a watch, but you can't buy time. Every day I wake up, I'm on my grind. All that bullshit ain't on my mind. Don't need your help, my nigga, I'm fine. I'm real. Yeah. Hey, riding in my whip and I be changing lane. Got my OG saying I be staying in they brain. Cause I'm going so dumb and I hopped in the game. Everything that I got came from excessive pain. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a Cross, and you know we going live. Got Kane on my right, he by my side. Keep it square, and shit, you know that's how we go.
Salute everybody. We in the building. Yeah. We in the building. Salute to everybody, man. We back at it like crack addicts. It's your boy Cross, man. Boss Cross, big CEO of KrossYourHeart, man. We doing big things in here with Jersey Rich. I see you, King. I see you shining over there. Salute Miss BTV. I see you shining, Queen. Salute Dolly Bear. Everybody hit that like, man. We gonna do this again today. We gonna get it cracking, and we gonna put something on the ground for the hungry hounds so they can pick it up and they can already know what they got to do with it. You feel what I'm saying? So, salute to everybody coming in here again. I'm gonna say this one time. Y'all want the merch? You know what I'm saying? We got the Incredible Hulk junk. We got a bunch of them going on. You know what I'm saying? Put in the plug. You get 10% off on your first order. You feel what I'm saying? Put the plug. 10% off. KrossYourHeart.com. You're trying to find me on other platforms. You can find me. You can find me at KrossYourHeart, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and soon Rumble. So that being said, y'all, let's get at it, right? So we sit around and we talk about what's going on in the world. We talk about, what's going on in them other countries. We talked about the balloon, when the balloon was in the air, and we like, yo, the balloon's in the air. You feel what I'm saying? What's going on? Why is this balloon in the air, right? And then we start talking about, well, they say they're doing surveillance. They all over these areas in the Midwest. We not knowing why, right? Salute Miss Thing. We not knowing why, right? So check this out. Now, I'm finna put some stains on y'all brain. Now, I want y'all to help me understand, how is it that if you don't like somebody, right? If you're an enemy of them, right? But you allow them to come over to where you're at to buy what you got. And I'm going to lead this into this, right? So check this out. And this is going to blow y'all mind. Did y'all know that over like 200,000 acres, 200,000 plus acres that China owns in the United States? I don't think too many people know that. Did y'all know that China also buys majority of our livestock? So when you asking like where the chickens and the things of that nature, We know, right? You see what I'm saying? Wisconsin, the House, Bill Gates buying up. Yeah. No. This ain't got nothing to do with Bill Gates. I'm trying to tell you, Wisconsin and the House, but ain't Bill making deals. So the reason why I'm saying that, I'm getting to in Michigan. I don't know if y'all aware of. So the governor of Ja, salute Ja, see Ja in the building. So check this out. So this is what we got. So imagine in Michigan, the governor, right, through taxpayers' dollars, end up giving the Chinese diplomat over $700 million to build a plant in Michigan and to own the land. Was y'all aware of that? A lot of people don't know that. It's been going on, but now it's being exposed because everybody said, well, damn, what about those balloons? When China said, well, man, we've been sending balloons over there. We've been sending that. Well, people don't know they own land over here. Salute, T. They own land over here. So with further ado, let's get into it. Let's get ready to start Bill. Let's see what we're talking about, okay? Salute to everybody coming in. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Land, but some states are helping the Chinese government replace American manufacturing as well. The governor of Gingrich.
So you already hear that. Salute, Terry. So what we're talking about right now is people don't understand rolling out the red carpet, Michigan. They're under scrutiny because the governor, again, has allowed the Chinese government to come in and purchase the land for this corporation builder, right? And a lot of people don't know it's a lot of land that they buy. That's why you ask about the chicken, the food. Why is everything going down? It's because other people are coming in here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Patrick, and our Wisconsin plant, the largest part. Wow, I did not know that. That's crazy. That's interesting. So let's go, y'all. Let's put that up. Dolly Bear said that. I did not know that. See, we learned something. China owns our Patrick. Kude, what's that? How you say that? Kude and our Wisconsin plant, the largest pork production part. Yeah. So a lot of this, where you see where food is going down and flat, that's why it's making sense now. Because again, they get to control. Imagine controlling what people eat over here or the land.
More than $700 million in taxpayer money to fund a massive battery plant.
Oh,
in
Cutter. Okay.
Residents protesting this. Tudor Dixon ran for governor of the podcast, and we'll have her join us. Thank you so much for coming on. This is hard to believe. It's real.
Let's go further.
That when they get to Michigan, they have to have a CCP organization on site, a Chinese Communist Party organization on site, a propaganda arm of the CCP right in the center of the country in Michigan, 1 square mile of CCP in the center of Michigan, and that has to influence the grassroots of the corporation. So think about that. They have to have the CCP there. This is in the bylaws. Clearly the lawmakers and Gretchen Whitmer read these bylaws. You would have to say, you would have to know what the company's operations are going to be. This is nowhere near any of our car manufacturers, any of our automobile manufacturers. So what exactly are they doing in this rural area in Michigan? But to top it off, we now know.
Y'all hear that? So what is they doing in this rural area in Michigan? You feel what I'm saying? There ain't no car manufacturers out there. They're way out of nowhere, right? They're not too far from government buildings as far as like the nuclear plants and things of that nature, or where the military is at. Like, how did they able to come in and do that? I don't understand that, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
That about 250 to 300 will be housed at the local university there. Chinese nationals. These are not going to be American jobs. They're Chinese nationals in to take these jobs, and they will be housed at the local university.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? So the jobs are not even for us. They're getting Chinese nationals here. Think about that. The job ain't even for us. They're not. This job don't got nothing to do with us. So $700 million plus that you're giving to these people. to build this land and give them the land for them to own. They then turn around, hire the people, and then while they're there, they get to go into university amongst our students. This is crazy.
University has been telling people this is such a good idea. You have to have this corporation here. So how much money are the Chinese going to give the local university?
And Gretchen Whitmer, who strikes me as extraordinarily corrupt, and someone got paid for this. Do we?
Well, we need to find that out. But obviously, lots of people are involved in most of the aisle. But you have Gretchen Whitmer, and we have said from the very beginning, this is us. Now you have the community rising up. So Big Brother actually said, you know what, we don't want this in our.
See what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself, like, why, dog? Like, why? You see what I'm saying? But people don't know that. Now, this is just one land, right? You know what I'm saying? This is one land, right? Salute to everybody coming in here. I see y'all in the chat. I'm just breaking this down. So I want y'all to understand what's so crazy is we have a problem, to me. Where we live, where people can't even buy land. But to me, people don't live over here, can come over here, purchase land, get a tax break or whatever it was that you gave, or give a donation of $700 million. Think about this. So this is what this government is doing. Going to give $700 million of taxpayers' dollars. These people will then be housed in the local universities. Like, come on, man. Let's be honest here. Let's keep going, y'all. This is crazy.
Our town, the town next door, they're still pushing. You still will see local people coming up and saying, this does not make sense for us. We don't want our Chinese Communist Party right here in our town. But this is an organization. It clearly states it has to be the Chinese Communist Party setting up in the middle of the country. You're surrounded by Wisconsin, an Air Force base. You have a lot of opportunity to spy on the United States if you're right in the center of the country. And they're clearly stating that they are spying on the United States.
I mean, it's Michigan, a state that used to.
Right.
The self-respect is gone.
You see what I'm saying? So we got this. Okay, so again, breaking this down, we got this governor right here that decides that, hey, I'm going to do something nice. We're going to bring them. My thing is, I didn't know, and do y'all know, did y'all know that a lot of the land, and I'm going to play another video. That's what I'm getting to. Y'all hit that like button. We got 115 in the building. Salute to everybody coming in, rocking with your boy. But I just want to hear what y'all got to say. We ain't going to be on long, so I got to get to the school here. But I was curious. I did not know that China, you know what I'm saying, buy U.S. land. I was not aware of that. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if people understood that. So I want to hear, yeah, this didn't sound right. See, that's what I'm saying. But did you know, Terry, and I was not aware, like I said, we all are not aware. Was you aware that China owned about 200 to 300,000 acres in the United States? Majority is farmland stuff. You know, like Dolly Bear just said, like, I didn't know that China owned their pork thing. So just imagine, like, if we're having beef with somebody, obviously, to me, don't sound like real beef. If you're allowing them to buy and purchase stuff from where you live at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where's the beef at? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't sound right, fam. It don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into that. So for everybody coming in here, what we're really talking about again, y'all hit that like button. We're talking about this whole thing with the governor right now. People are mad and they're trying to sue her or figure out how to sue her because she just allowed China to come in and build a e-battery, which is an electric battery facility, which I don't understand why, but allowed them to build this electric battery facility here in the United States, but is not given a job. Yeah, exactly. That's a fact, T. Like, it's crazy, ain't it? So let's go back. Again, we're going to play this other video, but salute to everybody coming in, showing your boy love.
So China is buying up land across the country, including ag land, But some states, this is so perverse it's hard to believe it's real, are helping the Chinese government replace American manufacturing as well. The governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, just gave more than $700 million in taxpayer money to fund a massive Chinese battery plant in Michigan.
So in big, what is it called? Big Rapid, whatever it's called, Grand Rapids, you know what I'm saying? But it's Big Rapids in Michigan, right? A little bit further up, right? So they're planning on giving these people, letting them build this facility there. The question is why? Like, why? Like, I mean, we can't get nobody, like, I don't understand. Like, we can't get people to damn, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we not get an industry here for ourselves? And why are you not? All those people up there towards Michigan, of course, everybody's looking for money. Why would you bring some people over here and bring nationalists over here to give them the job when at the end of the day, you have people over here that's looking for jobs? That's why I said they capping about they got an issue with these people. I don't see it. If you know it and you read what you read, it don't make sense. Like Terry said, this don't sound right.
For governor of Michigan. She's host of the Tudor Dixon podcast, and we're honored to have her join us tonight. Tudor Dixon, thank you so much for coming on. This is one of the stories. It's hard to believe it's real. How have gotten away with this?
Well, how did she get away with this? But how is it not a bigger story what we've recently found out? Because we gave the state of Michigan, lawmakers and Gretchen Whitmer have decided to give the company $750 million taxpayer dollars, but in the company bylaws that are
that shit crazy. 715 in taxpayer dollars. What Dolly say? Let's see what Dolly said. T said this is crazy. Dolly said this, y'all. So many people in the coup were laid off and lost their jobs with no severance pay. It was very damaging to the city. I bet they could be trying to do it. Well, hey, think about it. This has been going on for a long time. So, Jen, what we talking about over here, Jen, is the fact that I don't know a lot of people that know that the Chinese government has been buying up, or they have purchased over the last few years, at least 200 to 300 plus acres of land, right? And a lot of it is the livestock land. But then it looks like the company Patrick Coude that was bought by China, then they sponsored an ice rink and library to build however hundreds of people. Yeah, they had to move out. And that was done deliberately. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That was done deliberately. You see what I'm saying? So they end up crippling the economy. You know what I'm saying? I learned something about, guy said, and I put it on my reel about economy. And he said, the Latin word, or what is called econa, which means in order to have an economy, somebody has to lack, right? Rich, poor, lack. And that's the way it goes. Somebody has to lack in order to have an economy. That's why the one guy was speaking on Mansa Musa. He said what crippled, when he went through it one time, he gave everybody gold, right? So the economy crushed because he gave everybody gold. Because guess why? Because there was no one lacking. There was no lack in it. You feel what I'm saying? So by not being in lack, yeah, they want us to depend on them. Facts. That's the way I feel. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's exactly the way I feel. I feel that's exactly what they're trying to do. I think they're definitely trying to put in a situation where we have no choice. You feel what I'm saying? But to just eat it, right? So as we go, we're going to go ahead. We're going to keep playing it. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to show y'all this video right here, which I find crazy.
On the company website, it clearly states that when they get to Michigan, they have a CCP organization on site, a Chinese Communist Party organization on site.
Now tell me, if we buying up properties in Africa, Jamaica, exactly, it's a lot of them. So my thing is this, y'all, check this out. So where's the beef at? That's the question I want to know. If we got so much beef, see, this is where I feel like they playing us. Bro, if I got beef with you, you can't spend them. I'm not going to allow you to spend money with me. So I'm just trying to figure out where is the beef at. if they own land over here, you can't get mad at some. You might not like them, but you still gonna do business with them. So I'm trying to figure out where's the beef at if they own livestock. Not, man, you know how hard it is for an average person to go get a building, for a commercial building to own something. So for them to come in, somebody got paid. That's just what it is.
A propaganda arm of the CCP right in the center of the country in Michigan, 1 square mile of CCP in the center of Michigan, and that has to influence the grassroots of the corporation. So think about that. They have to have the CCP there. This is in the bylaws. Clearly, the lawmakers and Gretchen Whitmer read these bylaws.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, Miss Thing. Miss Thing said, let's see what this post what Miss Thing said. She said this. She said, that's just weird. And to add to this, we got Russian spy ships along. That's what I'm saying. So who is really getting played? Are we getting played? That's just the way I feel like, right? For some reason, I feel somebody, like, it's almost like the gullible gang, right? You only believe what the hell somebody put out there, right? So some reason, I just feel like somebody getting played, and it ain't the ones that's doing the game. The people that's in the game, they making it happen, but the plays is being ran on us. So let's keep going. Yeah, this is a Scooby-Doo moment.
Bylaws, you would have to say, you would have to know what the company's operations are going to be. This is nowhere near any of our car manufacturers, any of our automobile manufacturers. So what exactly are they doing in this rural area in Michigan? But to top it off, we now
see, and she right. So my question is, what is we doing over there? If you ain't trying to be next to car manufacturers where you're actually close by, why are you in a rural area by yourself and you own a mile of that land? And now you're going to start, how are you able to get these people over? Like, I mean, and then the scary part, okay, let's look at it like this. If something happened and we have beef and it's smoke, are these people still here? What happens once these people are still here? I've heard that Patrick has more listeria outbreak. Oh, man. See? This is crazy. This is getting deep, y'all. I want to put this on y'all brain today.
To be housed at the local university there, Chinese nationals. These are not going to be American jobs. They're bringing these nationals in to take these jobs, and they will be housed at the local university, where the local university has just so happened to be telling people, this is such a good idea, you have to have the corporation here. So how much money are the Chinese going to give the local?
How much? Right. What do you say, T? T said the government owed them so much money, and we don't know what. That's what I'm saying. So when they go to telling us they hating it, we from the street, from the hood. We know if somebody on your block that you don't want on your block, how is it that they buying up the block if you don't want them on there? So they coming over there and not even buying it up secretly. They're buying it and they're gonna put the people there. And they told them, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. We're buying this land right here, but y'all can't buy this land. This land probably been sitting there and they made an agreement. And then why would you give them, what is the deal by giving them $700+ million of the taxpayer money when taxpayers don't got no money? They're trying to figure out how I don't get this
university.
And Gretchen, who's extraordinarily corrupt. I mean, someone got for this. Do we know?
Need to find that out, but obviously lots of people involved in this. You make the Gretchen from the and now you have the community rising up. So Big Rapids actually said, you know what, I want this in our country.
Yeah, this is crazy. And salute to them people, man, not wanting that, man. Nobody wants that. Like, that's crazy. But then the whole time y'all telling us, don't like these people. Don't do this. Don't do that. Y'all is friction between, but y'all are kicking it with them. But y'all tell us that y'all ain't kicking it with them. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Y'all leave them alone. Don't worry about what's going on with them. So I'm glad we're going into that. Y'all hit that like button. Check this out. Check this one out now. All right. Check this out. This is going to tell you about this is going to tell you all about the farmland is being, is being purchased. Give me 1 second. It's uploading. Y'all know how it go.
China's U.S. land grab hold them accountable if they are take back the majority in the House. Here with more is Florida Congressman Mike Waltz.
Number one in North Dakota has some of our most sensitive drone and space technology that connects our space assets to our drones. So to intercept that a few miles away isn't that hard. And down in Texas, where they're buying up hundreds of thousands of acres, where we train our pilots, the bigger piece, Sean, the Chinese Communist is part of their.
So did y'all hear that? So I just wanted y'all to hear that. They're also buying up some of the land in Texas. They also I want y'all to hear that. So I told y'all about Michigan land grab that wasn't all. It was not right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Think about it. So now we know, and now y'all hear what he said. Let's go back. In Texas, they're buying up the land around where the pilots fly
of our most sensitive drone and space technology that connects our space assets to our drone. So to up that from a few miles away isn't that hard. And down in Texas, we're buying up hundreds of thousands of acres where we train our pilots. The bigger piece, Sean, is that the Chinese Communist Party's national strategy to replace us as a global power is seeking to dominate our supply chain. They already dominate our pharmaceuticals. They dominate solar panels and winds that the left are trying to push us towards, the lithium supply. And in this case, now it's our food supply.
I want y'all to hear that. My man, you hear what he said? They try to do it with the cars. They trying to do it with the solar. They got the pharmacy, and now they going with the land. That's crazy, ain't it? But we so worried about what's going on in the world, we not even understanding what they doing. This is the stuff I read. That's why I tell people, man, we got to get out of what we think we know. The blueprints laid. They lay it already. They distract us with other stuff. I'm telling y'all, this is different. This is what we think they already done did it. They just remaking it, which they already planned it. This was done, like Ted said. This already been. This not something that happened, dog.
Like, in addition to the land that they're buying up, they've
Let's
also
go back to what he said. Listen what he said.
Is seeking to dominate our supply chain.
Yeah, T.
They already dominate our farms. They dominate solar panels and wind turbines that the left are trying to push toward lithium supply. And in this case, now it's our food supply. In addition to this land that they're buying up, they've also bought the nation's largest pork processing plant. They're buying grain because they know that if they can win this economically, if they can choke us off with these key supply chains, add computer chips and all kinds of others on top of it, then they don't even have to worry about a military conflict. And you add our debt on top of that as these stimulus checks keep flowing.
My man giving straight game, y'all. My man giving straight game. That's why I watch her. My man is giving games, y'all. Listen to what he's saying. If they control everything, like somebody said, East West Coast, we put in their hands, dog. We gotta start looking to see. That's why with us, even in our culture, we don't own nothing. So imagine they make it difficult for other people to own something. Imagine how the way the economy is set up, right? The economy is set up like this. Most people can't even purchase anything. And shout out to Josh. Josh sent me that reel, messed me up. Most people can't purchase something from 20 till they get in their 30s, right? It's just, for some reason, people won't do it. It's impossible. Yeah, and realize what's important. So 20, 30. But these are people coming in. They're coming in, and that's how they get diplomatic immunity. That's how they get this landed immigrant status, because money talks and BS runs the marathon. That's the bottom line. Money talk and BS runs the marathon at all times. So back to this man, loving his game, bro. Y'all hit that like button. Shout out to the Fox News.
Is seeking to dominate our supply chains. They already dominate our pharmaceuticals. They dominate solar panels, wind turbines that the left are trying to push us towards, the lithium supply. And in this case, now it's our food supply. In addition to this land that they're buying up, they've also bought the nation's largest pork processing plant. They're buying up grain mills because they know that if they can win this.
Now see, y'all missed the game on that. That Dolly Bear just told y'all about the pork supply. That's crazy. Yeah, them pushing plant-based products, no beef, but they're blaming it on, right. See what I'm saying? No, the people buying it saying, no, we're going to have to tax y'all. We bought it. We're producing it. We going to tax y'all. Think about somebody coming in your neighborhood and then tax you on your product. The product that you have living here. So they're buying everything. They're buying everything up to prove to us they got it.
Economically, if they can choke us off with these key supply chains, add computer chips and all kinds on top, then they don't even have to worry. Add our debt on top, checks flowing out to deal with a virus that they unleashed on us that are flowing Amazon and Walmart. Right.
Did you hear what he's saying now? This is crazy. Chess moves, big chess moves, dog. Big dog stuff. This big dog status. See, I listen to this and hear them because them the big dogs that make the move, not the stuff that we be worried about. Not what, Shanika and them and all them did over there across the other side of town last night. This is the move maker. Think about it. You think about how, like he said, why would they worry about a military if they buy the land supply and then the whole time before they try anything, they already here. This is crazy. They're already here.
To their manufacturing, it's checkmate. So my message is, when you see made in China, put it down. It's not just a jobs issue. It's a national security issue, and we've got to wake up as a country.
Congressman Chip Roy.
Yeah, he said some deep stuff on that. My man, shout out to him. So let's go here. Let's listen to my man right here. Y'all check him out.
Well, Sean. Yeah, Sean, thanks for that, and great to be on here with Michael. Look, we introduced a year ago H.R. 3847, this Curing America's Land from Foreign Interference Act, to specifically try to force that, right, to stop the Chinese Communist Party, our enemy, our adversary, from being able to pick up and buy American land. Can you imagine, Sean? I mean, you and I grew up in the 80s. Can you imagine if we woke up one day, it was like, oh, Khrushchev is buying up a bunch of dirt across country? Can you imagine what we would do? The reaction would have been just off the charts. But yet we're kind of asleep at the switch right now while the Chinese Communist Party is taking specific steps, like Michael just outlined, to attack our country. And by the way, it's not just China. We've got 37 million acres in this country that are foreign owned. That's essentially the size of Iowa.
Bam. Did y'all hear that? I want y'all to hear that. Mess me up. So currently, 37 million acres are owned by them. That's the size of Iowa. Man, we getting played. Man, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. See, this is stuff I be reading like, nah, you ain't gonna confuse me with all this race stuff and this hate stuff and all that. That's why, me personally, I'm just saying, I'm black and slow. I think why they put these bills in place, these hate bills, so it make for them to, yeah, the size of Iowa. That's all I'm gonna say. I did not know that. I'm telling y'all, this is crazy, mind blowing. Let's go.
Specific steps, like Michael just outlined, to attack our country. And by the way, it's not just China. We've got 37 million acres in this country that are foreign owned. That's essentially the size of Iowa. We got to wake up, and not just governors, we wake up here and want to prohibit this, stop it, not allow them to have our agriculture products have the 140,000 acres next to Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, in South Texas, in Val Verde, Texas, which is extremely concerning.
140,000 acres near the Air Force Base. Man, listen, bro. I be trying to tell y'all the stuff That's why I said when we get to where we got to get to, and when I get to this other platform, I'm going to really talk. I really want to talk. I really want to talk and show y'all some stuff. A lot of people don't get this. My whole life is implied and representing China is successful. Look at that's right. Third world country. Why do all these one things? That's what I'm saying. That's the third world. They don't have anything. They're not better than us. 37 million. Yeah. See what I'm saying, Jen? This is stuff that we don't know. Now, this is older news. We don't even watch this stuff. This is why I get mad at people when they go to talk about they really understand what's going on. But then if I ask them certain questions, most people won't answer the questions I ask people. I guarantee they won't. They don't. I don't know. Because I look at, I'm past that. This is about rich or poor. Remember, in order to have an economy, someone in an economy, look it up, it has to lack. So as long as you got poor, think about what they say. Now, I'm going to show y'all if the definition is to lack, right? In order to have an economy, you have to have a balance, rich, poor. But the most important key is one has to lack. So imagine when they get on here, what bothers me, because I know worse. Imagine when we have the best economy right now. Do you know what it means? We have the best, we have the program in position, and it's running successfully for black. When they have the best economy, that means they have the best balance of rich and poor. They have when they say they have a great economy, great economy means it lacks bad. You have more poverty and they make money. I need y'all to start looking at that. Look up what the Latin word of economy is and what it really means. Economy does not mean we're doing good. It means one is lacking more than the other. Because if one does not lack, you cannot have an economy. Don't never forget that. I'm just giving y'all a little game on that. Let's keep going.
From a national security standpoint. So I agree with you completely.
You know, my mother used to say, we'll rue the day. One of the mistakes in Afghanistan, on top of abandoning Americans, people with green cards, our Afghan allies, and billions of military equipment, President Trump had planned on keeping control of Bagram Air Base, which would have been pivotal, especially from a political standpoint. This needs to be dealt with, and I hope General Milley was successful. I know he was meeting with his counterparts in the region, creating chips to stand up against China. Let's see what comes of it. But this has to end. This practice needs to stop. That property.
You see that? Like, how are they able to come in and get land when we have a contract? I want y'all to understand. So where is the beef? I need somebody. See, this is why I said, let's talk about it. Where's the beef at? Tell me now. Where's the beef? Where's the hate? You can't hate something that you Shortcake. Hey, you already know Shortcake. Hey, man, love you on the show, man. Y'all go check Shortcake out. Also go check our channel. I watched that one. I subscribed to Shortcake. I like the little car show you went to, and you getting into the workout thing. Salute to you. Like that. Y'all go subscribe to Shortcake TV, man. Y'all just hit her avatar and just subscribe to the channel. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, so think about this. So my question to y'all is, why are they stirring up all this? See, when you stir up all this beef and hatred, you miss it. You get emotional. There's no logic. There's no logic involved, right? So think about that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, no problem. There's no logic involved. All right, so let's check this out, y'all. Let's check this out. Now, this is crazy. So I told y'all, yeah, I honestly feel like we about to have enough. Yeah, it is. Well, I can get into that, but I can't get into that on here. Just if you get a chance, they don't talk about it, right? Go and Google U.S. was attacked in Syria. That's all you gotta do is Google it. That was a couple of days. That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's there. They just don't tell us that because we're not shamed by it. It was an attack over there at the base. They actually hit a pot. They actually hit an air. They actually hit a fighter plane over there. So yeah, I'm telling you stuff that's out there. That's why they get mad at us, because they put it right in our face. They laugh because it's right there. We just don't go search. You know, like the old saying, all get in. We don't go look for understanding. You want to hide something, put it in a book. It's just what it is. Or put it somewhere where people won't go look for it. You only go look, you know what I'm saying? But you look hard enough, you'll find it. You see what I'm saying? So that being said, check this out. So we're going to play. I need y'all to see this one. Now this one's going to blow y'all mind, right? So this is the proposal. Now we got all this going on, right? Hold on, let me pause that. We got to pause it. So let me break this down. All right. So all this is going on at the same time, right? The $715 million, they buying up all the land. So we got the elections coming up. So I'm going to show you what the governor of Michigan response was to help. So they take $700+ million from you, but then they feel bad. This is the way I see it. I don't care what nobody say. That's why I say it on my channel. I don't care what. So took $700-something million from people, but then they feel bad. And they says, what are we going to do, y'all? We're going to throw y'all a bone. Well, what kind of bone you going to throw? Well, let me show you what kind of bone you get for participating. And even though y'all mad, you can't stop it. But we feel bad because we took y'all money. So instead of taking and giving you your money back, peep out what they did.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer unveiling her tax break plan today in Lansing. This plan has several components, which includes a one-time check for $100. The governor saying for those who really need the money, the relief with her plan comes fast.
Be the largest.
Y'all heard. That's a relief. Did you hear the relief? You heard what it said. She said she felt bad. This is a great achievement. I will go back. $700+ million was given to some people, taken from where your check go, right? And that's what she's giving back. And she said it's going to be the biggest thing. Guess why? Because they ain't never been done, or it's been 10 years since Michigan ever gave people money back. That's basically what you're saying in a nutshell, fam. You're saying we ain't never gave y'all no money in 10 years. Yeah. This is exactly what Miss A has been explained. Yeah, I'm telling you, dog. You know I'm on it. I'm on it, John. Look at this. So let's go, y'all. So y'all see that. I didn't do that. I just showed y'all about the farmland. I wanted y'all to see that. I wanted you to see what Michigan did. Then I went to the farmland of the other places. Now we hit block. We just spent the block back. And now this is the result of what she's about to do for the Michigan people, the great people of Michigan. Check it out.
$180. The governor saying for those who really need the money, the relief with her plan comes fast.
This will be the largest tax break working families and seniors in Michigan in decades.
The plan calls for a 4-year phase out of the retirement tax on pensions enacted in 2011. When fully implemented, the governor says an average of about $1,000 back in the pockets of 500,000 residents. It would also increase the earned income tax credit for lower wage families from 6% to 30% of the federal credit, retroactive to 2022. That would impact 100,000 families. The $180 inflation.
You see that? You see that? What do you say, T? 70+ million to Pitley, 180. Anybody sees. That's what I'm saying. Think about that. Then they say you probably end up. Now, listen how they play with the numbers. I love how people play with numbers, right? Listen to what they said. Let's go back. They said, first they said 700,000 people. First they said, 500,000. Then they said the other part would be 700,000, right? But then you got to ask yourself, how many people live in the great state of Michigan? So let's just say they gave 800,000. Come on, man, that don't cover Michigan. It doesn't cover everybody. See, this is what they ain't talking about. They're saying they're giving money back, but it don't cover the whole state. Listen to what they said. They're not guaranteeing the state. It's a relief for somebody. And we all know most of the reliefs, you end up getting taxed for it anyway.
Retirement tax on pensions enacted in 2011. When fully implemented, the governor says an average of about $1,000 will go back in the pockets of 500,000 residents. It would also increase the earned income tax credit for lower wage families from 6% to 30% of the federal credit, retroactive to 2022.
Thanks,
that would impact 700,000 families. The $180 inflation relief checks, as the governor calls them, would go to everyone who files a tax return. Couples filing jointly would receive one $180 check.
If this one is...
Now, listen to that. So, who do you think they're going to target? I'm just throwing this out there. If I'm married, you don't think they're going to target me? Why would they target single people? Wouldn't money? I'm just saying. So if I'm married, I only get $90 a piece versus you told me you were going to give me 180. That's not 180 money. Like anybody that hustle know that. Like I'm a hustler. Numbers don't lie. You can't tell me you're going to give me 180, but you saying if we both file, we only get 180, but we two different people. Queen of Attraction, I appreciate you coming up here, Queen. So yeah, let's keep going, y'all. This is crazy. So $180 in relief, but you done got them. You done got taxpayers, the same ones, y'all, for $700. That's a crazy. I'll take that deal if I was the hustler. I'm gonna take 50 grand of your money, but I'm gonna give you $1,000 back and for your relief because you're struggling. Because I just took your money. That's crazy.
No money's being printed by the federal government, then I think, why not? If you have extra, then give it back to the taxpayers. I think that's a good move.
Depending on the size of your vehicle and gas tank, the inflation relief check you with 4 or 5 trips potentially to the gas station or a couple of trips for a family at the grocery store.
$180.
See what I'm saying, T? You said that. Terry said that. What's that going to buy some groceries? And you telling me people are excited about that? But see, they don't know about the 700, T. That's what I'm saying. All the people that, if you were to tell them about that, yeah. But see, they don't know that. You can tell these people, well, yeah, 180 is good. 180 is great. But think about this. If 180 is great, you're not talking about they already took your money. Matter of fact, the 180, think about this. The 180 they give you, you're paying that back because you owe them other people $700 million out of your money. The governor said you owe them, not them. You owe them. They're gonna make you owe them. So the 180 is just give back. That's all it is. You're gonna give it to them. They're gonna give it back. That's why they had to come up to me with that relief fund so it could be a tax write-off. So you can tax people on their income taxes. Check it out.
To the gas station or a couple trips for a family at the grocery store.
$180, I think, depending on the size of the family, that was an extra week of groceries, which definitely helps, especially with everything that's going with inflation.
State Senator Jim Runstead, Republican from White Lake, telling me this plan could prevent the trigger of a personal income tax rollback to 4.05% from 4.25%.
She wants to give the 180 to buy off what you would get annually is about an average of $100 off of your taxes. So it's a net gargantuan loss to the taxpayer that she's trying to put a bunch of whipped cream on this horrible mess and make it sound good.
This 100.
Facts. Facts. Salute to him. That doesn't make, that's what I'm saying. If your taxes of the average one is going to, out of that 80 is going to come back 100, man, she only gave you $80, man. Come on, guys. This what I'm saying. That's why I said, I know me. This don't make sense, man. I'm black and slow, y'all. Y'all got to help me out. If I give you, you give me 180, I go and file my taxes to you. I owe you 100. Think about that. I owe you 100. You're gonna give me, you take 700 something million as a total, as a whole. Then you give me 180, and then I owe you 100 out of the 180. How is that helping me? Because guess what's gonna happen? That's why the guy said the inflation will go up. If I owe you, if you give me 180, right? I want y'all to listen to this. You give me 180, but you don't tell me that I owe you 100. If I go spend 180, I'm in the net zero. I'm already in the negative. I'm never gonna, I'm even more in the negative than you gave me the 180. You really shouldn't even gave me the 180. It's almost like embarrassing when you go to these jobs and they give you a 75-cent raise. Bro, don't playing with my money. You give me $1.75, they take more out. You better off not giving it to me. It's, to me, that's the way I look. It's a slap in the face. If it's not an extra jump in my pay, man, leave me and just give me more hours. Because guess what? I'm going to make more money off more hours than you are if you put that money on me. Just $1, $2 on your extra on people don't pay it. You're going to lose that money because you got to pay half of it back. So no matter what they get, just like when you go to a job, you never ask. If say for instance, the rate, the pay increase, you always at least ask for a quarter or half of it more because half of it is leaving. It's going. They got to take half from you or more than half. This world's wild, dog. She playing games with people. I can't believe people was all excited and happy. But like, we don't understand. This will make me mad. Our people.
Could help you with 4 or 5 trips potentially to the gas station or a couple of trips for a family at the grocery store.
$180, I think, depending on the size of the family, that's probably just an extra week of groceries, which definitely helps, especially with everything that's going on with inflation.
State Senator Jim Runstad, Republican from White Lake, telling me this plan could prevent a trigger of a personal income tax rollback to 4.05% from 4.25%.
She wants to give the 180 to buy off what you would get annually is about an average of $100 off of your taxes. So it's a net gargantuan loss to the taxpayer that she's trying to put a bunch of cream on this horrible mess and make it sound good.
This $180 check dwarfs any help that, doing nothing and hoping that something that may or may not go into effect might assist people.
Oh, the inflation.
See what I'm saying? Y'all hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? It's going to dwarf it. How? That dwarf means make it smaller, not eliminate. She didn't say no word of eliminate. She said dwarf it. Man, I hate when people use certain words. It bothers me because you got to listen to what they say. It's almost a slap in the, it's being arrogant, but using words that basically almost like some condescending type thing.
This horrible mess and make it sound good.
This $180 check dwarfs any help that, doing nothing and hoping that something that may or may not go into effect might.
Something that may, did y'all hear what she said? Something that may or may not go into effect. It might dwarf it. So she said she was going to do it, but she said it may or it may not. So now there might be a revision to that. I mean, we got to understand, dog, this is the game. That's why I played the one last night about the one with the lady. And I said, man, real trap stars. Yeah, without a doubt, T. Definitely full of it. She's running game on people, dog. It don't make, it to me, it does not logically make sense. You give me 180, but you tell me it's a stipulation to you giving me the 180. Well, what's that? Well, you got to give me more than that. Well, you don't. And here's the thing: they don't even take half; they take more than half. So really, you just got me so think about the process you got to go through, the paperwork, all this to add $180. Yeah, they know most people don't think that deep. That's right. That's a fact. That's what bothers me. And I'm like, man, God damn, don't give me the 180, my nigga. That ain't relief. That's more of a what's the opposite of relief? Yeah, stress or anxiety, a bunch of different actions. I'm just like, man, come on, bro. This is crazy, man. I mean, who in the hell would co-sign for that? And it's sad because they know that people need money. You know what I'm saying? People, let me see if I can find one. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So I want to show y'all something because I think this is funny. Well, not funny. And then we're going to get out of here on that note after that. But I just want to show y'all something real fast. Let me pull it up. Yeah, y'all hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe, man. It's Friday. It's going up. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Man, it's been a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all showing me love, and I really appreciate that. Really do, man. No cap. Hold on for a minute, guys. So what we're going to do, let's do this. Let's play this one back real fast about this one, and then we'll segue. I might stay on here a little bit longer.
This will be the largest tax break for working families and seniors in Michigan in decades.
The plan calls for a 4-year phase-out of the retirement tax on pensions enacted in 2011. When fully implemented, the governor says an average of about $1,000 will go back in the pockets of 500,000 residents. It would also increase the earned income tax credit for lower-wage families from 6% to 30% of the federal credit, retroactive to 2022. That would impact 700,000 families. The $180 inflation relief checks, as the governor called them, will go to everyone who files a tax return. Couples filing jointly would receive one.
Yeah, you already know, T. I got something. You already know. I'm trying to stay diplomatic, T. I got to, because they be hating on your boys. Sometimes they'll zap me, all types of funny mess. So what y'all think about that? So is that fair that couples only get 180? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is where the game is played, bro. This is what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff I'm like, man, this is whack, bro. Like, I don't even understand. You see what I'm saying? Like, how was they able to do that? How was they able to let, and then she said she might. They said 700,000. They said one said 700,000. One said another one. You feel what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's keep going, guys. Because you know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. Yeah, thank you, Miss. Hey, thank you, Miss Thing. Yeah, I'm always jumping. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, y'all. I really do. Means a lot, man, for real. All the supporters, everybody supporting, rocking with your boy. Yeah, we just $180. Yeah, I'm telling you, eggs like $6, $7 now. For real. I don't get it.
One $180 check.
If this one is surplus, no money's being printed by the federal government, then I think, why not? If you have extra, then give it back to the taxpayers. I think that's a good move.
Depending on the size of your vehicle and gas tank, the inflation relief check could help you with 4 or 5 trips potentially to the gas station, or a couple of trips for a family at the grocery store.
$180.
Man, that money right there, man, that $180, man, you'll eat that up quick. And that ain't even really real food, to be honest. You get a couple of meats. See, they might have make it seem like people consolidate and they don't eat that much. Man, when you got a family of 4 or 5 growing kids and boys, we all know $180. That's for a single person, dog. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe a family and a little baby or something, because the baby on formula. But $180, you can go out and spend that just going to go eat. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Or they want you to eat the processed food because it's cheaper. You feel what I'm saying?
I think depending on the size of the family, that's probably just an extra week of groceries, which definitely helps, especially with everything that's going on with inflation.
Wow, hold on, y'all. Miss Thing said something blew in my mind right there. Did y'all see what she said? Eggs is $11 and $12. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't eat none of them. Ain't no more dead birds no more. Yeah, I ain't dead bird babies no more. If I gotta pay $11, $12, it must mean I ain't supposed to eat that. There ain't no eggs, 11, 12. Formulas, I imagine. This is crazy.
State Senator Jim Runstad, Republican from White Lake, telling me this plan could prevent a trigger of a personal income tax rollback to 4.05% from 4.25%.
She wants to give the 180 to buy off what you would get annually is about an average of $100 off of your taxes. So it's a net gargantuan loss to the taxpayer that she's trying to put a bunch of whipped cream on this horrible mess and make it sound good.
This $180 check dwarfs any help that, doing nothing and hoping that something that may or may not go into effect might.
Other inflation relief checks, which would come in the spring, would total $800 million in all. A two-thirds in the Senate is necessary for the plan to take effect immediately, so the governor will need some Republican support.
So we'll have to see how they.
Now, I want y'all to hear what he said. Now, that's total 800 some million. That ain't really, they need the 800, they need the 700. That's only a million, 100 million and something. Dog, come on, we know the math. That's 100 million. The 700 is for the plant. That's why it says it's going to be about 8. Listen to what they say. That's why it was going to be about 800. Dog, they wild, dog. They wild. Listen to what my man said. This is their explanation. That's why I said she threw that in to get that money to get that loan. That's like a big money loan for that company. Listen to what my man said. Salute to my man for telling.
Which would come in the spring, would total $800 million in all. A two-thirds majority in the Senate is necessary.
So why did all of a sudden that just end up being 800 million, right? So now we're going to go a little bit off, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit y'all, you know what I mean? I'm going to hit you with the little crossover, you know what I'm saying? We're going to hit you with a crossover. So now we hear you say the 800. Now, you got to remember, this woman was trying to get this place, right? And she said, do you know what I go shopping at Aldi's and his German brothers that own it? And they're straight up. Yeah, everybody, I love Aldi's. Aldi's be having some exotic brands in there. You get some food. I used to get that ice wine back in the days from Aldi's. Yeah, shout out to that ice wine. They be having it right there in the boxes. You walk past it. Yeah, they used to have that ice wine. You can't even get some of that stuff. Some of the wine and the food, you know what I'm saying? So check this out. So like I said before, I was going to get off, but I want to show y'all something. And now y'all got me in my mood. So check this out. And it's Friday. So you know what? It's Friday. After that, I'm going to go out and get some breakfast or something. So that being said, I want y'all to peep this game. Here go the crossover. You ready? Now, when she tried earlier, right? Y'all saw the 180. The 180, that's what she said. That's where they're going for. Now, this was the first sales pitch. Peep this first sales pitch out. I want y'all to peep this first sales. This is the first one, y'all. This is the one that got the attention. This is what she tried to do, but she came back with the 180.
GOP-led legislature wants to lower the income tax along with a host of structural Armageddon tonight.
Now I want y'all to explain how you go from a $500 rebate. And less than 2 months after that, go to 180. See, that's what she got everybody hyped up about. So everybody said, yeah, let's do it. Well, that was the sales pitch to get the 800 million. And then it turned back and double back and said, no, we're going to give you 180. Well, why didn't they get the 500? I want y'all to peep this game, y'all. This is the game that's why I wanted to show y'all this part. So this was before the 180. This was the first sales pitch. And then they got to the 180. How you do that, I don't know.
The bottom line here is right now, Lansing is awash in money.
And we're not talking federal money either. This state is blowing past its expected tax collections, in this case, this year alone, by $2.8 billion, with more expected next year. What to do with all those billions? Well, you've got dueling proposals.
I'm excited to propose what's called my tax rebate right now. A plan to use additional revenue to send working families a $500 relief right away.
The governor coming out with.
You hear that? Man, she cold. Man, y'all got to peep their game. This was just, listen, y'all, this was just like 2 months ago. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't keep up with this. I watched it was 2 months ago. It's $500. And they got, listen what they said. They got billions of dollars and they don't know what to do with it. So how did you go from $5 to $180, dog? If you got billions of dollars, this was the proposal. That's what I'm saying, Dolly Bear. People don't peep it out. It's like a storyline to me. I watch this like a story, like a movie. It blows my mind.
With her $500, the GOP legislative tax overhaul bill.
But Terry, I'm gonna let Terry know what we got going on. So T, this is what it is. I know you stepped away. So this was the first proposal, T, for her to be able to get the 500 or the 800 million, right? That she's looking for. Is going to spend 800 million, right? But only giving it to $1 million some people, but 800 million off $180, but each couple only get 180. That's why I said the math don't line up. So before she was going to give, allegedly still give the 180, this is what she said she was going to give. Now, this is when they said all the money. This was just 3 months ago. I want you to understand, it's 3 months ago. Y'all hit that like button. 3 months ago.
Well, the GOP-led legislature wants to lower the income tax along with a host of other structural tax changes. Mara McDonald in Lansing tonight. Mara, the bottom line here is right now Lansing is awash in money.
And we're not just talking about federal money either. This state is blowing past its.
Wait a minute. Listen to what the wording was. Your man said awash in money. I could have sworn I heard him say that, y'all. I got to hear my man. Listen what my man said right here.
Lansing is awash in money.
And we're not just talking about federal money either. This state is blowing past its expected tax collections, in this case, this year alone, by $2.8 billion, with more expected next year. What to do with all those billions? Well, you've got dueling proposals.
I'm excited to propose what's called my tax rebate right now. A plan to use our additional revenue to send working families a $500 relief right away.
The governor coming out with her $500 check proposal on the day the GOP-led legislature passed its tax overhaul bills. The specifics of who would get that $500 check are not clear, but it would come sooner rather than later if the governor gets her.
Well, you hear what it said? It'll come sooner if the governor gets her way. So that's when she was trying to push this whole proposal with these folks coming over here. See how they do us? So she's making it seem like she's for the people, but that's for the money for that land, so she can give that money to them people. This is crazy.
We're looking at immediate relief here, and I think that's the best way to get us there. I mean, we're looking at the prices of gas and groceries. I think families need immediate relief, and that's the best way to do it.
But what the GOP-led legislature passed today is a $2.6 billion tax cut, starting with reducing Michigan's income tax from 4.25% to 4%. And there's a lot more.
Annually, every...
Now did y'all catch that? Now on the other one, They said it was 4% to go back to 4.25%. See how they switched it? They went down to make it look good in the bill, but then they come back later with 180 and a 4.25. Man, this shit crazy, man. See, I look at numbers, y'all.
Led legislature passed today is a $2.6 billion tax cut, starting with reducing Michigan's income tax from 4.25% to 4%. And there's a lot more.
Annually, every family will see a $500 increase in child credit on their taxes. Annually, earned income tax credit will go up about $275 million.
The backstage to all of this is, well, it's an election year. And with the president's poll.
You hear that? Oh, man. Boy, I tell you, sometimes they just tell on themselves. Just so happen. Come on, man. I'm telling y'all, it's a game, dog. We don't play in their game. We just move accordingly in their game. Our game does not affect their game. Their game is way much more advanced than our game. Anybody can tell that.
Numbers in the tank, and the latest NBC polling numbers suggesting a whopping 75% of you say the country is on the wrong track. Democrats are facing a rough midterm election. The two greatest issues that are driving people to the polls this fall, according to the poll, inflation and the economy. We're in Lansing tonight. I'm Mara McDonald.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? There y'all have it. You see what I'm saying? You gotta watch it. You gotta follow the paper trail. Rich folks do paper trails. They tell on themselves, like we did the last one with the executive shipping. It's a paper trail. Don't get caught in the motion. Just check the logic. So you explain to me how this woman went from 500 to 4%, so 180 to 4.2%. That's why the guy said it'll get to 4.6, and that's where the inflation will come in at, because if I give you 180, I'm only giving you 100 back. But if I give you 500, I'm only, you know what I'm saying? You at least get something from it. You'll at least get at least 200, like you said, 275, and it'll go up because of the money being generated in the city. They can be able to compensate for that. They can't compensate for that. She gonna take all that money, and then that 100 million, them people ain't gonna see that money. Yeah, they allegedly probably been spending. Yeah, that's what they doing. They just, we're gonna do it for the people. Like you're taking, it doesn't make sense. If you're not giving me nothing, if you're taking from me already, right? You just give me back some of my money. You ain't giving me nothing. It's like when you go to the casino, unless you have a lucky streak of hitting every time. And when you do that, they comp you. They make sure you stay there so you can lose. But if you losing all the time and then you turn around and win big, you didn't win big. You just won your money back what they took. That's how the game goes. You see what I'm saying? That's the mind trick. Yeah, I won my money. How? How much money you lose? I don't know. Well, how much did you win? I won 5. That's all you remember, because most people won't remember the monies that they lose or they blow. And like I said, these are people, and we're comfortable to the point where we think that's okay. Like they say, giving somebody, you know, my old man and my granddad and them say, you know, you want to satisfy somebody or satisfy a dollar animal, give him a little grizzle, just enough for him to salivate. For him. What up with your bump? Just for him to salivate, just for him to get some type of idea. You feel what I'm saying? Some taste of the grizzle. Because other than that, they run a game. They run a game. You talking about 700 million. Bobby, we see here talking about, a lot of people don't know, we're talking about, and I asked people, did people know that, you know, China and all them own at least $200,000 of our farmland? Not only do they do that, it's over, what would they say, 70, I can't remember, 7 million or 70 million or something worth of land that, think about it, that everybody that foreign countries own in the United States. That's why a lot of our land is being bought up by agriculture is from the Chinese government. You feel me? So I'm going to play this back for Bumpy. Salute the Bumpy bars in the building. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with my man, Real Spill.
Some states, this is so perverse it's hard to believe it's real, are helping the Chinese government replace American manufacturing as well. The governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, just gave more than $700 million in taxpayer money to fund a massive Chinese battery plant in Big Rapids, Michigan. Residents there are protesting this. Tudor Dixon ran for governor of Michigan. She's host of the Tudor Dixon podcast, and we're honored to have her join us tonight. Tudor Dixon, thank you so much for coming on. This is one of the stories, it's hard to believe it's real. How could Gretchen Whitmer have gotten away with this?
See what I'm saying, Bump? This is crazy, dog. So we not knowing, and I was showing them between the time how it worked, right? Where she proposed this bill to give people back money, right? But the money really was intended to go $700 million. Think about $700 million to this company that is over in China that's building batteries that's coming over here to Michigan. $715 million in taxpayers' cash.
Well, how did she get away with this? But how is it not a bigger story what we've recently found out? Because we gave the state of Michigan, lawmakers and Gretchen Whitmer have decided to give this company $715 million in taxpayer dollars. But in the company bylaws that are on the company website, it clearly states that when they get to Michigan, they have to have a CCP organization, Chinese organization.
So basically what it's saying, they got to have some type of, what it's trying to, millions, unless we own them. And they might own us by this point. Shit, we don't even know at this point.
The bylaws. Clearly, the lawmakers and Gretchen Whitmer read these bylaws. You would have to know what the company's operations are going to be. This is nowhere near any of our car manufacturers, any of our automobile manufacturers. So what exactly are they doing in this rural area in Michigan? But to top it off, we now know that about 250 to 300 will be housed at the local university there.
That's crazy. So not only that, they're going to bring and hire people from over there to come here and then live at the local university off taxpayers' dollars, people that can't even get into the schools or walk into schools, but they're going to be able to do it.
Chinese nationals. These aren't going to be American jobs. They're bringing Chinese nationals in to take these jobs, and they will be housed at the local university, where the local university has just so happened to be telling people, this is such a good idea, you have to have this corporation here. So how much money are the Chinese going to give the local university?
See what I'm saying? Or they ain't gonna do nothing but give them the money we gave them. We giving them $715 million. They ain't gonna do nothing but, hey man, we're gonna break bread with y'all too. So come on, Miss Thing. This is crazy, ain't it? This is crazy. That's what I'm saying. And $715 million. Come on, fam.
And Gretchen Whitmer, who strikes me as extraordinarily corrupt. I mean, someone got paid for this. Do we know who?
Well, we need to find that out, but obviously lots of people are involved in this. You have lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, but you have Gretchen Whitmer, and we have said from the very beginning this is suspect, and now you have the community rising up. So Big Rapids actually said, you know what, I don't want this in our town. We want this to move out. Goshen said we're going to move to the town next.
Yeah, Goshen, shout out to Goshen and them, dog. They ain't with that, man. Them is Amish people that live out there. Yeah, I'm heated. Would you say, Terry? I'm heated. We have Soldier 500. And this, that's what I'm saying. Somebody playing us, dog. This is all a game. That's why I'm saying I got to read. I'm like, wait a minute. So people are not going to be, we're not going to be able to work there. It's just for those people that's coming over here, and they're going to be housed.
want this in our town. We want this to move out. Goshen said, we're going to move to the town next door. They're still pushing. You still see local people coming up and saying, this does not make sense for us. We don't want the arm of the Chinese Communist Party right here in our small town. But think about this. This is truly an organization. It clearly states it has to be the Chinese Communist Party setting up in the middle of the country. You're surrounded by, Wisconsin has an Air Force base. You have a lot of opportunity to spy.
That's crazy, dog. Right by the Air Force base and that land right there. I don't even understand how they was able to get approved for that. That's what I'm saying. It's bigger than what we think. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says.
In the United States, if you're right in the center of the country, and they're writing, clearly stating that they are spying on the United States.
I mean,
man, very suspicious in all of this. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all hit that like button. We got 112 still in the building, rocking with your boy. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all sticking with me on this, and we building on this. We breaking this down. Y'all share this. Put this on y'all Facebook. Let people know so people are aware of it, so they don't have to keep thinking that what we doing in a small piece ain't got nothing to do with it, dog. Ain't no race involved. This is people that are making money, and they're making it pretend like there's a problem, but there can't be a problem. Yeah, we can't act like that. It's, you know, come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, they own a lot around here. They getting a lot of bread. So let's watch this one right here. Salute to y'all. Yeah. Deeply in debt right now.
If they are able to take back the majority in the House.
Check this out.
Our space asset that from a few miles away isn't that hard, and down in Texas where they're buying up hundreds.
Oh, let's go back.
The governor
right
pointed
here.
out it's illegal in the first place in Oklahoma.
Go Force bases. Number one, the one in North Dakota has some of our most sensitive drone and space technology that connects our space assets to our drones. To intercept that from a few miles away isn't that hard, and down in Texas where they're buying up hundreds of thousands of acres where we train our pilots. The bigger piece, Sean.
See that? Hundreds of thousands of acres that they already done bought up down in Texas.
Is that the Chinese Communist Party, as part of their national strategy to replace us as a global power, is seeking to dominate our supply chains. They already dominate our pharmaceuticals. They dominate solar panels and wind turbines that the left are trying to push us towards, the lithium supply. And in this case, now it's our food supply. In addition to this land that they're buying up, they've also bought the nation's largest pork processing plant. They're buying up grain mills because they know that if they can win this economically, if they can choke us off with these key supply chains, add computer chips and all kinds of others on top of it, then they don't even have to worry about a military conflict. And you add our debt on top of that as these stimulus checks keep flowing out to deal with a virus that they unleashed on us, that are flowing through Amazon and Walmart to their manufacturing. It's checkmate. So my message is, when you see made in China.
Yep, you're right. True checkmate, dog. This is true checkmate at its finest. Now, y'all know good and well exactly. They have to. That's what I'm saying. You talking about, so when they talk about these conflicts and, like I said, these balloons and all this stuff, I think that they was just going to survey their land. They probably bought that land. They was looking all over it, and it's weird. That's where that, you know, those balloons was up towards that way, and they're like, yeah, we don't know what they are. They're like, yeah, but they cameras and stuff on it. Yeah, well, we don't really know what they are. Come on, man. Right by the military base. That's a no-no. We can't even go over there.
China put it down. It's not just the jobs issue. It's a national security issue, and we've got to wake up as a country.
Congressman Chip Roy, I've always been a peace through strength person. You see,
let's go right here.
Land not
You and I grew up in the 80s. Can you imagine if we woke up one day and it was like, oh, Khrushchev is buying up a bunch of dirt across country? Can you imagine what we would do? The reaction would have been just off the charts. But yet we're asleep at the switch right now while the Chinese Communist Party is taking specific steps, like Michael just outlined, to attack our country. And by the way, it's not just China. We've got 37 million acres in this country that are foreign owned. That's essentially the size of.
Think about it. My bad. 37 million acres that is foreign owned. That ain't just including China. That's foreign owned. But we have something in place that says you cannot buy that. Somebody ain't telling us the truth. That's what we believe. That's why I think they just playing off of us. $37 million acres.
Would have been just off the charts, but yet we're kind of asleep at the switch right now while the Chinese Communist Party is taking specific steps, like Michael just outlined, to attack our country. And by the way, it's not just China. We've got 37 million acres in this country that are foreign owned. That's essentially the size of Iowa. We got to wake up, and not just governors. We got to wake up here in Washington. We got to prohibit this, stop it, not allow them to have our agriculture products have the 140,000 acres next to Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, in South Texas, in Val Verde, Texas, which is extremely concerning from a national security standpoint. So I agree with you completely.
You know, my mother used to say,
man, this is crazy, y'all. So there y'all have it, man. I just wanted to put something on the ground for the hungry hounds for y'all to pick it up. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show today. Hopefully y'all got something out of it. Hopefully y'all see the bigger picture, dog. Let's not get caught up with the antics. Let's not get caught up with the rhetoric. Let's look at it for what it is. We've been doing the same rhetoric in the same way of looking at stuff. That's why I want to bring something different for y'all to look at and say, whoa, okay. So if they're over here and they got more land than any of my family, I'm going to say this again. If we don't like them, but they're over here and they got more land than you and I, somebody lying. Somebody don't like somebody. I thought if you like somebody, you give them stuff. I thought if you like somebody to love. Yeah. Come on, Bump. I had to put it on the ground for the hungry hounds, man. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, ain't it? This is what we don't know. Now, and you know what? Because Bumpy didn't hear that part because this going to mess him up. So, Bumpy, what I said was, now you heard that part about all that and what Michigan was doing and where in other places, right? So, let's go back, and I'm going to show Bump. Let's go back to that governor, right? $715 million. So if somebody took, which I know, but if somebody took $1,000 from you, Bump, let's just say, and then they turn around, but then they gave you $200 for relief. And basically it's like you getting got. The relief is you hurting now because I just got you for $1,000. Would you be happy with that? But then they turn around and give you $200, but they say, hey, bro, I'm gonna give you this $200, but you owe me. You gotta owe me this $100. That's what you're saying, right? Don't make sense at all, right? So peep this out. Y'all hit that like button, man. Salute my man Bumpy coming in the building.
$500 check while the GOP-led legislature wants to lower the income tax. A host of other structures.
Oh. Hold on, let me play this other one. Not that one. Hold on 1 second. Let's get this other one on here. Here we go. So check this out. So this is what the governor's proposal is for that.
In Lansing, this plan has several components, which includes a one-time check for $180. The governor's saying for those who really need the money.
Now, I want you to see that, Bump. So $715 million is going to go to this land with this building. But this is the relief fund that she's going to give back, allegedly. And that's what she's pushing for, the relief fund to help the people out. But you just stole $715 million of the state's money, basically, because you're giving it to somebody else that, quote unquote, you don't like.
The relief
or
of
not
this plan
supposed to like,
comes
put it
fast.
like that.
This will be the largest tax break for working families and seniors in Michigan in decades.
The plan calls for a 4-year phase out of the retirement tax on pensions enacted in 2011. When fully implemented, the governor says an average of about $1,000 will go back in the pots of 500,000 residents. It would also increase the earned income credit for low-wage families from 6% to 30% of the.
See, that's not what they said when she tried to get them the other money.
Federal credit retroactive to
that,
2022. That would impact 700,000 families. The $180 inflation relief checks, as the governor calls them, would go to everyone who files a tax return. Couples filing jointly would receive one $180 check.
So basically $90. And when they both file, because you got to give half of it back from the one. It's crazy, dog. They might, both of them, when they give it back, if they get $90, they get $40-something a piece, $30. A couple. So it end up being $60 with when you break the taxes and stuff, or $80, and you split 80 amongst two people.
If this one is surplus, no money's being printed by the federal government, then I think, I mean, why not? If you have extra, then give it back to the taxpayers. I think that's a good move.
Depending on the size of your vehicle and gas tank, the inflation relief check could help you with 4 or 5 trips potentially to the gas station, or a couple of trips for a family at the grocery store.
$180, I think, depending on the size of the family, that's probably just an extra week of groceries, which definitely.
Yeah, right. But you got to ask yourself, did they do an analysis or statistics to see what was the average size family in Michigan? You can't just say that, because that means they didn't even do the research to see. They just say, here's $180.
Definitely helps, especially everything that's going on with inflation.
State Senator Jim Runstad, Republican from White Lake, telling me this plan could prevent a trigger of a personal income tax rollback to 4.0.
See, now y'all remember that. Remember she said down to 4%. So it's going to go from 4.5 now to 4.25. But she said it was going to go from 4.6 to 4. Remember that? Or 4.2 to 4. It was going to lower it. It's not lowering it. It's going to take it back up than what it was.
5% from 4.25%.
She wants to give the 180 to buy off what you would get annually is about an average of $100 off of your taxes. So it's a net gargantuan loss to the taxpayer that she's trying to put a bunch of weem on this this horrible mess and make it sound good.
This $180 dwarfs any help that doing nothing and hoping that something that may or may not go into effect might assist people.
Do you hear that? So in all, it's just a stunt, dog. They're not gonna get them people. That money is for them people that's coming over there that they want to support their group and get this, whatever they getting back, whatever they getting out of this, it ain't got nothing to do with us. This show, and for her, she playing with the money. They over here, they done paid for what they supposed to be at. And you got to ask yourself, man, what are we doing? Why are we beefing? They ain't beefing. See, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. Why do we take stuff emotionally and get to beefing? We have no reason to beef. They're not beefing. Man, they making money together. They giving them our money and they making the money. They giving them money that we owe them. So everywhere, every state they touch, they get a tax break, and they, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't pay no taxes. And they turn around and got to get them bread. And they turn around and let them make money. And they turn around and send their money back there, and they don't put nothing back into the community. And like Dolly Bear said, they'll put up a skating ring or they'll put up a library, just as a humanitarian type thing, just to, make it look good on paper. But in the actuality, they making money. We don't know what they doing. They ain't letting us know. There ain't nobody going in there. They ain't gonna hire me. They ain't gonna hire you. They ain't gonna hire nobody. That's why I don't understand why in the United States we beefing over what we look like when at the end of the day, money talks. They won't even let you, me, any other purple, green, they're not letting nobody on it. They only fooling with who they fool with. That's just what it is. So let's get back to what reality is. The truth is we're playing ourselves. We really are playing. Like some of the stuff I can show y'all, we really playing ourselves. We really arguing about the stuff that has nothing to do with what they got going on. I promise you. What we doing, they ain't even think, they just like, okay, let them, that's what they believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like Tupac, that's what they believe. Tupac, yeah. All that stuff, they still talking about Tupac now. People still talking, go ahead, y'all want to believe that? Go ahead. Yeah, their own people, right. You see what I'm saying? And they able to come over here and think about it. There's people that grew up here in the United States alone, bro, that's never even purchased a home. Ain't never even purchased land. So my thing is, you can't tell me you don't like somebody, but then you give them everything. They never said they didn't like us. That's what we're saying. But the only time I ever known when somebody don't like somebody, when somebody owe them something. If somebody owe you something, they don't like it. They stay away from it. They tell everybody else, leave them alone. Don't bother, man. He or she, they a hater. Don't bother me. You say, man, why? They ain't never did nothing to me. No, man, they hate, man. They all this. And then you find out, oh, well, you owe them. That's why you don't want to deal with them. And you got everybody else thinking that, but you too prideful to tell everybody you really owe them. So guess what happened? You paying them on the side, but then you, in public, you hate on them, but behind the scenes, you kicking it. Man, let this make sense, man. So salute to everybody that came in here, man. We had another great show. I just wanted to put that stain on y'all brain. Salute to everybody that rocking with your boy. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute to my mods. Salute to the present me and represent that I know that I only look at it for what it is. Now, how you decipher it, everybody has an opinion. I'm just saying, let's start looking at stuff different. Instead of looking at the glass half full, let's sometimes switch it up and look at it half empty. Or neither one counts. It's just half, right? I'm not going to say half full, half empty. I'm just going to say it's half, because who's to say which one is what, right? So let's keep it real. Stay on your pivot. Like my man says, shout out to Urban Politics. Those type of people like that, y'all go subscribe to certain people like that. But again, I want to say salute to everybody that's been rocking with me, and hit the notification bell, because y'all know me. I might pop up. I might find something, be out. I get to looking at stuff, I'm like, yo, I got to put this out. So again, salute to everybody. Much love. Y'all go check out the product. Y'all go check out Cross Your Heart on the gram and everywhere else. Y'all go follow me. Y'all know what else to do, man. Hit notification bell and holler at your